University Reformed Church. I just want to talk to you about one thing this week, as hard as that is for a pastor. But talk about intentionality this week. I want to talk about today intentionally living as a Christian in your home, and then Thursday I want to talk about intentionally living as a Christian before our neighbors and in the culture around us. In Deuteronomy 6, Moses, after that great Shema text, he says this. He says, "And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down." The words of Christ are to so be upon their hearts that it shapes their living, that it shapes the use of their time and their speech. Parents, can I say this to you? Seize the moment and live intentionally over these weeks with your kids. Would you redeem the time with them, spend some quality time with them, and often talk about the things of Christ with them? And talk about the things that you're fearful of, that the world is fearful of, and then point them to prayer. Talk about with them the one person that you're calling in the congregation today, or in the person that you called yesterday, as we're all seeking to do that. And show them love for the church. And then talk about these things together. And pray about them together. Those of you that are living together with a roommate, you can do the same. You can talk about the things of Christ much together. And keep pointing them to Christ. And think creatively together about how to reach out to your neighbors and how to show the love of Christ to co-workers as you're on video conferences with them. And children, can I speak to you this morning to live intentionally for Christ? You this week, I want you to try and love your brothers and sisters better. Because these are some hard days, aren't they? They're different days. I want you to be quick to forgive them. I want you to be quick to ask for forgiveness when you've stolen a toy or when you've done something disobedient. I want you to try and honor your parents well over these weeks. There's extra stresses. And you can't call one person in the congregation every day like your parents, but you know what you could do? You could make a card for one person in the congregation every day. And a lot of people in the congregation would be blessed. They would love to receive a card from you. What an encouragement that would be. But it's intentionally living for Christ in our conduct and in our speech, especially in times like this when all of our habits have fallen by the wayside. It's incredibly important to think regularly, to pray regularly, to set our hearts regularly upon living intentionally for Christ with one another and before the eyes of the world. I'm praying for you this week to do that. Pray for me that I would do the same. Blessings to you.